She wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something impossible to overlook about her, a bold mix of emotional intensity, confidence, and raw screen magnetism. Melis Sezen didn't simply enter Turkish entertainment. She asserted her presence, transforming early artistic training into one of the most talked about and daring acting journeys of her generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Melis Sezen was born on January 2nd, 1997, in Istanbul, Turkey. Long before major sets and leading roles, she was drawn to performance and self-expression, showing early interest in theater and acting. She pursued formal training at Koç University, where she studied theater, developing a strong technical foundation alongside emotional awareness and stage discipline. Her acting journey began with supporting roles in television series, gradually building experience and visibility. Early appearances in projects such as Hayat Tatlıdır and Sia Insi helped her gain confidence on screen, but it was her role as Derin in the psychological drama Sadakatsiz that catapulted her into the spotlight. The series became a massive hit, and her fearless portrayal of a complex, emotionally volatile character sparked widespread discussion and recognition. Rather than being defined by that success, Melis continued to challenge expectations. She expanded her range with roles in projects like Ya İstiklal Ya Oğlum, where she stepped into a historical narrative, and later in Gülsüm'ül, portraying characters shaped by trauma, strength, and contradiction. Each role demonstrated her willingness to embrace emotional risk and complexity rather than comfort. Melis's approach to acting is marked by intensity and commitment. She gravitates toward characters with psychological depth, moral ambiguity, and emotional extremes, often pushing boundaries in both performance and public perception. This boldness has made her one of the most distinctive actresses of her generation. Off-screen, Melis's public image blends individuality with high fashion visibility. She's a regular presence at international fashion events and major brand campaigns, known for daring style choices that reflect her expressive personality. Rather than blending in, she consistently uses fashion as a form of artistic extension. Her lifestyle mirrors her creative drive. She values physical movement, emotional exploration, and personal freedom, maintaining routines that support both mental and artistic stamina. While her personal life has occasionally drawn media attention, she remains focused on her work and self-development, allowing her performances to speak louder than headlines. Melis's influence extends beyond television. With a strong social media following and growing international attention through streaming platforms, she has become one of the most recognizable and discussed names in modern Turkish drama. Her estimated net worth reflects earnings from acting, endorsements, and fashion collaborations, built through visibility, risk-taking, and consistency. What truly sets her apart is fearlessness. Melis does not shy away from flawed, controversial, or emotionally raw characters. She leans into discomfort, embraces transformation, and prioritizes artistic expression over predictability. That courage defines her trajectory. As of 2026, Melis Sezen stands not only as a leading actress, but as a symbol of bold evolution and unapologetic individuality in contemporary entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. She wasn't born into fame, yet there was always something quietly striking about her, a rare mix of softness, intelligence, and screen presence that naturally drew attention. Alina Boz didn't simply step into Turkish entertainment. She built her place with patience and precision, transforming early promise into one of the most refined acting journeys of her generation. You're watching Celebrity Fandom. If you're into deep dives on star journeys, lifestyles, and the real stories behind the spotlight, hit subscribe now and stay tuned for more. Alina Boz was born on June 14, 1998, in Moscow, Russia, and later moved to Turkey at a young age. Growing up between cultures, she developed a unique perspective and emotional awareness that would later shape her performances. Long before major sets and leading roles, she was drawn to language, expression, and storytelling, studying acting while balancing education and early auditions. Her acting journey began with supporting roles in television series, gradually building experience and visibility. Early projects such as Caesar Hemsire and Paramparka introduced her to audiences, but it was her role as Hazal in Paramparka that marked her first major breakthrough. The performance showcased her ability to portray emotional conflict and vulnerability well beyond her age, earning critical attention and a growing fan base. Rather than being boxed into one image, Alina continued to expand her range. She took on leading roles in projects like Elemi Bayrakma, where she carried a long-running drama with emotional consistency, and later delivered darker, more complex performances in series such as Maraşlı and Peri Masali. Each role reflected a deliberate step forward, revealing an actress focused on depth rather than repetition. Alina's approach to acting is defined by selectivity. She chooses characters that challenge her psychologically and emotionally, often gravitating towards stories centered on identity, resilience, and inner transformation. This careful decision-making has allowed her to mature on screen while maintaining credibility with both audiences and industry professionals. Off-screen, Alina's public image blends elegance with restraint. She maintains a calm, composed presence, avoiding unnecessary exposure while remaining active in fashion and brand collaborations. Her refined style and international appeal have made her a frequent choice for high-profile campaigns, while her brand partnerships remain aligned with her understated image. Her lifestyle reflects balance and focus. She values privacy, personal growth, and creative preparation, often stepping back from the spotlight between projects. This measured pace supports long-term consistency rather than short-lived hype. Alina's influence continues to grow beyond Turkish television. With strong international viewership through global streaming platforms and a steadily expanding social media presence, she has become one of the most recognizable young faces in modern Turkish drama. Her estimated net worth reflects consistent earnings from acting and endorsements, built gradually through strategic career choices. What truly sets her apart is emotional subtlety. She brings quiet intensity to her characters, allowing silence, expression, and restraint to speak as loudly as dialogue. That understated strength defines her performances and distinguishes her in a competitive industry. As of 2026, Alina Boz stands not only as a leading actress of her generation, but as a symbol of controlled growth, artistic discipline, and quiet confidence in modern entertainment. That wraps up today's feature. If you enjoyed this content, like the video and subscribe to Celebrity Fandom for more in-depth celebrity stories. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.